Welcome to the second annual Randolph County United Open for Business Pitch Competition. I'm Andy Fall. I'm chair of the board of directors. Tonight we have 6 contestants pitching their ideas to enhance their business. Randolph County United strives to promote local business, improve the overall health of the county, and tonight is one of our major events, so we're glad you're all here. Thank you for being here. But we can't do it alone. We have help. And tonight's major donor for tonight is EDP Renewables. If you're here tonight representing EDP, please stand. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. Randolph County United is staffed with 4 talented people. Our CEO is Dan Baker, who's currently on military deployment. Our Vice President of Business and Community Development is Jackie Welch. Our Vice President of Marketing is Carrie McCoy. And our Office Administrator is Dakota Ellis. As chair of the RCU board, I'm proud of my fellow board members. It's a group of people who volunteer their time, knowledge, and experience for the betterment of Randolph County. If you are an RCU board member and you're here tonight, please stand up. So nobody in this room came here tonight to hear me talk, so let's get started. And good luck to all our contestants. We've all heard the phrase, made in America, but tonight's focus is made in Randolph County. Thank you.
Okay. I'm Jackie from Randolph County United, along with Carrie McCoy up here. And so just to kind of give you a run through of how this evening will look, these entrepreneurs have been meeting for the last 7 weeks with the Indiana Small Business Development Center, working on their business plan and their idea, from their financial projections to what you're going to see tonight as the presentation that they're pitching to all of you. So they will get 3 minutes to present their ideas, and some are new businesses, and then some are expanding their current businesses in the county. They have 5 opportunities in 3 different groups to win funding tonight. So the first is audience choice, which all of you should have seen on your program, and then we'll also have it on our screen when that time is for you guys to vote for your favorite as the audience. That is for $1,000. And then we have students from our local county high schools that have volunteered their time to be here as judges, and they will be awarding $500 to their top business that they score. And then we have our main panel of judges, which we'll be introducing throughout the night, as well as the students. There will be 3rd place for $2,000, 2nd place for $4,000, and 1st place for $7,500. So contestants could potentially win in all 3 groups, winning up to $9,000 to put towards their business. So it's such an opportunity to be able to give this to fellow entrepreneurs in our county, and I'm so grateful that you all have joined us here tonight. So I am going to turn it over to Carrie, and she is going to introduce our first presenters.
Hello, thank you all for coming tonight. Our first competitor tonight will be Happily Ever Crafter, so I'll just go ahead and let them come on up and get started.
Good evening. I'm Steve James. This is my son, Mike James. My wife, Laura, out there in the audience. We are the owners of Happily Ever Crafter. We actually handcraft, laser engrave, keepsake relics, and trinkets. Now, again, we have them laid out in front of you there. So we have a variety of different boxes for you. So we have a monster box that really kind of is a role-playing game and really for role-playing enthusiasts, and Mike will talk about it a little bit. And then we actually can take a memory and turn it into a keepsake, and so that's my mom's recipe book there. We also have some ornaments and whatnot. So basically, if you take a look at ours, it's very unique in what we do. And we believe our commitment to high quality craftsmanship, personalization, and the innovative designs that actually Mike does put us at the forefront of the custom design gift market. So just real quick on our history. It actually started, I bought my wife a glow forge for a Christmas present in 2019. And she started the business as a hobby in 2020. Basically, she did a lot of little trinkets and whatnot for some local businesses. And then we went to some other local vendor events there. We actually brought Mike on board in October of 2022. And that's really kind of where we took off, and you can kind of see the designs there. So Mike is a woodworker by trade. And then what he did is he took his role-playing kind of passion and merged the two there, and kind of that's the products that we get today. So we ran it as a part-time business really through the first half of this year. Really, we're starting to get a lot of requests to come into a lot of different shows. And we bought 2 more lasers in April, and so now we're looking at running this as a full-time business. And again, we're also going to create a retail store here. So just really quickly on the financials. So we'll have about $12,000 in revenue this year. Again, when we go full-time, we're looking at about a 400% increase to around the $60,000. Then we had a 10% increase from 26 and 27. Really puts us at the maximum that we are here, and we'd have to look at expansion after that. So why are we here tonight? So here's the ask. So we would like to purchase a gem faceting machine to make dice out of gemstones. And if you can kind of see, there's some amethyst dice in there. It's a very high sought after product. Most of your dice are made out of resin, and this will allow us to really add another product line that really pairs up well with all our role-playing boxes that we have for sale right now. We also need a table saw. Again, I don't longer work at Frank Miller, so our free resource has kind of gone by the wayside, and we need a table saw for about $12.50, and then also a terminal and some marketing fee from Square. And again, so the total ask is about $7,500. So just quickly looking at that, basically there's the gem faceting machine. It makes dice, but it also can make other gems that we can actually put in our boxes. And the table saw and the Square terminal. Again, so we are Happily Ever Crafter. We thank you for your consideration. I guess at this time we'll open it up for any questions.
Is your main source of exposure going to trade shows?
So we are on Facebook mainly, and then we also go to vendor shows around the county. We're looking to promote on other social media and also building an actual website and getting a URL to actually drag people to it.
Yeah, so again, we've just recently expanded outside of Randolph County. We're now in Jay County. Again, we're doing an event in Indianapolis next year. It's a Gen Con, and so again, there's where we see the real increase of where the revenue is going to be at.
Who's your competition? How far are they?
So again, locally, we don't see anybody that's making what we have. Now, what you can do, and I should probably let Mike explain a little bit, but basically you can buy the basic design out of Etsy, and so anybody can kind of create the basic. But what Mike does here is he kind of Frankensteins it and makes his own design and really brings out the kind of uniqueness that we have in our products. But locally, there's no one around here. Again, we get very good compliments that no one's seen any product that we've produced here. So I'm sure regionally, again, when we start going into these bigger arenas down in Indianapolis, we'll probably see some similar things, but we've not seen anybody that really does what we do.
Now, will this cause you have to put more inventory in to have on hand? And how often can you turn it?
Yeah, so basically, you want to answer me? Okay, so basically, it takes about 4.5 hours to cut out one box. So we basically have 2 big lasers now while we're cutting out a box, and then we're staining and whatnot. So yes, we will have to increase inventory, and that's why we looked at the 2 machines. And really, when I put the financials together, that kind of puts us at 100% capacity. Right now, I would tell you we're probably at 25% of what we're producing there, but we certainly have the capacity to produce more.
Are you operating the business on a part-time basis or on a full-time basis?
So through the first half of this year, I would say that we are on a part-time basis. But if you look at now, we actually have shows booked out through the end of the year, starting to create that online business. So I would say that basically starting here in this last month, that we're really a full-time operation now. Again, and all our boxes are functional.
I have a couple of questions. Are your pieces one of one, or like when you go to shows, do you make 5 monster books and then have those in inventory?
Yes, so that's what I do. Now, if they're personalized, then it will be a one-on-one. So, like on some of the books, on my tabletop role-playing books, I can actually engrave the player's name or their character's name to make it more,
Personalized for customized for that individual.
Okay.
yeah.
And then we also, again, part of one of the lasers that we bought, actually, we can actually take it to shows and do personalization right there at the show as well.
And then
Okay.
my-
Sorry, Tom.
have another. The second question I had was on some of the projections. Every August, it looks like there's a huge jump in revenue. Does
Yeah.
that coincide with?
Yeah, that's Gen Con.
Okay.
Yeah, so Gen Con, which is down in Indianapolis, is 4 days of what they call the best days of gaming. So it's a lot of tabletop role playing, a lot of video games, a lot of that kind of culture. And people spend what they want to spend. So like, it's, you know, if they have money and they want something really unique and cool that they can't find anywhere else, gamers are usually gonna want it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a big spike there. That's that Gen Con. And again, haven't been there before, but we've had people there at the show. Still, these are pretty unique for the show. No one's having this stuff, and now that we can personalize it, we really think that's a big payday for us. And really, the reason why the gem faceting machine, as you pair that with those gem dice, we think those are our big hit down there.
Also with the gem faceting, if you hit separate lapidary discs, you can actually make wood dice that would pair well with the wood products.
Oh, sorry. So you're set up when you go to these shows to take orders, and then you're set up to ship them from where you produce them?
Yeah, so we actually sell product at the show, so we'll have enough of an inventory to sell product. But again, if they want to order it or personalize it, then we'll ship it out as well, and we'll take that order at the show.
Currently, how many products do you have that you're producing?
It's probably 100 different SKUs
Yeah, I
at the
think so,
moment.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of it is because like the ornaments. We have lots of different things in the ornaments. From a book standpoint, there's probably got 12, 15,
25.
maybe 25. I haven't seen the last 10 that he's had.
Did I miss the price for each, or?
The price for each.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not that I need to know all of them.
Yeah.
but what kind of price range?
Yeah.
do
So
you go from?
the big monster box goes for 80. The little mimic chest and the monster books will go for 35. Your date night book goes for 50. It depends on what they want for the personalization. Obviously, you know, the base price is 40, and then any add-ons that they want for a picture or something like that is kind of the price. Our ornaments are like $10.
I have one. So I don't know if I missed it or not, but how much is it to make one of those?
So we get a sheet of plywood, and each sheet of plywood that I can make that will fit the laser is about $275 per board, and then we charge 25 cents a minute for the laser running. So it's not incredibly expensive. It's probably on the cheaper side.
Yeah, the margins. If you look at the margins, it's about 69% or 31% of the sale price is where we're at from a margin standpoint. All right, thank you.
Next, while we're getting set up for the next introducer, we want to just do a little bit of an introduction on our first judge, Bill Davis. He's here. He has over 35 years in banking experience. He is currently the AVP with the Farmers State Bank in Winchester, Indiana. So we appreciate Bill coming in to be one of our judges tonight. Up next, once we get everything set up and going, it will be Willow's Edge event venue. So as soon as we get that ready, she'll be in to get started.
Here you go. Thank you. Here you go. Do you want one too? Thank you. I was grabbing it for him.
I'm just gonna take it. Sorry about that. As soon as he gets our sheets collected. While we're waiting and Andy's collecting those sheets, our score sheets for us, I just want to give a huge thank you to Vision Corner and the K.I.S.S studio here. Just they've done such an excellent job, and Phil Williams just has accommodated us, and kind of Carrie and I had our ideas and moved things around for us. So we really appreciate their help. So if we could give them a round of applause for hosting us and being our
Thank you. We're good.
Hello, my name is Charity Cox, and I'm one of the owners and operators of Willow's Edge. This project started back in 2022 with plans of completion in 2025. We did break ground in February of 23, and 9 short months later, we held our first event. Although not all aspects were fully complete at that time, we are proud to open our doors to the community. Willow's Edge was designed to offer breathtaking views, elegance, and the ability to host large events. Nestled on 5 acres, our 9,600 square foot facility accommodates up to 250 guests, offering versatile indoor and outdoor spaces for any event regardless of the weather. Our indoor area features high ceilings, grand windows, and 2 elegant suites, while our landscape grounds provide an outdoor setting for any beautiful celebration. We take pride in our commitment to the community, demonstrated with our partnerships with over 20 local businesses, ensuring we keep business thriving here in the county. Now, I have a question for all of you. Raise your hand if you entered this building using the sidewalk. Now raise your hand if you would have struggled to walk in if those sidewalks would have been gravel. While our venue excels in many aspects, there are still a few areas that need to be completed. But now that we've addressed the essentials and built our resources, we're excited to enter phase 2 and complete projects that were part of our original vision. We're looking to install 4-foot concrete sidewalks from our parking lot all the way up to the front doors of our venue. This investment will not only improve guest experience, but also increase our venue's revenue potential. First and foremost, sidewalks enhance accessibility. A smooth, sturdy surface will provide a safe, hassle-free access for all attendees. Whether you're in heels, you're an older adult, or anybody with mobility issues, by addressing these needs, we can ensure that all of our guests can enter the venue comfortably. A well-maintained sidewalk enhances our venue's aesthetic appeal, but creates a positive first impression, strengthening our reputation, resulting in positive feedback, recommendations, and repeat bookings. In 2023, we held 5 events, and in 2024, we're on track to host 26. At each one of those events, there was someone who needed a smooth sidewalk to enter and exit the venue. As the numbers of events continues to grow, so does the need for accessible sidewalks. By investing in these concrete sidewalks, we're not just laying down a surface, we're paving a way for unforgettable experiences, ensuring that every guest, whether in heels or on wheels, feels welcomed from the moment they arrive. Thank you for considering this opportunity. We look forward to collaborating and elevating Willow's Edge to new heights. Thank you.
I know I should probably already know this, but where is your venue located?
It is just south of the golf course in Winchester.
Gotcha. I think I remember Andy saying that.
Yes.
So besides the sidewalk issue, is there anything else you've uncovered being in business you think, oh, this is something we need to be addressing?
So we've come through tons of hiccups and tons of things we've overcome, which is great. So there are a few things that are precedent for us, and it is our parking lot. We plan to expand and add more gravel to make that really nice. We do have a county tile that goes through our parking lot, and the county surveyor gave us permission to have a parking lot over it in agreement that if anything happened, they'd have to tear it up and we'd have to pay to fix it. And that's why we haven't gone for full-on asphalt or anything like that yet, because we can't afford this early in our business for that, so that's why it's staying gravel. But we did want to make sidewalks accessible for everybody. And we're gonna do an underground sprinkler system because the brides get married in our back area. And we wanna make sure they always have green grass because it's been very hot and we have a drought. And so I've had to take hoses and take like sprinklers out, and then I've had to go back every 15 minutes and move them and stuff like that. It works, but it's very time consuming and stuff like that. And so we do our bush sprinkler, our sidewalks, and our parking lot are the main three big things, and storage. We have hosted tons of events this year. We've done Christmas parties, we've done lots of weddings, but we've also hosted 2 county proms. This past year and this year, we're also hosting additional 2 more proms, Winchester being one. And so last year we had a problem with girls walking in on heels, and so we know that whether you're walking in heels, you need mobility issues, or you're an older adult, these sidewalks are necessary. Because every single event we've had somebody that meets one of those 3 criteria. Yes.
Where would the sidewalk go on the property?
The sidewalk, our entrance is a circle, and it goes from our parking lot all the way around the circle to our front doors.
How close are you to having this done, or have you had estimates?
We've had bids, and they've been as much as 26,000. We've had 16,000, and we've had 14,000, and we are actually on track right now to start October 7th through the 17th because we have a gap in a weekend. So we are having Cole Lawrence and Tyler Lanner come the 7th through the 17th of this month to lay them.
Have you worked on projections for future years to a point that you can see that you're going to show a net profit in a certain time frame?
Yes, but it's very hard for us to build that because our revenue comes off of the year before booking. So like 2025 profit would be from 2026 weddings. And so that's so far down the line, but I can tell you that in the last 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I've done 6 tours, and 3 out of the 6 have booked for 2025. So now this time of the year, I don't know if something's in the air, but people have been calling us up to try to get it. Because in the summer, I was like, ooh, been kind of slow. But now we've been getting lots of bookings for 2025. We have yet to get one for 2026, though.
So currently, how many bookings do you have for 2025?
16.
And do you know what your break even as far as, it looks like events are roughly $5,000?
We need 12 a year
12
to break even.
Okay.
And you're 16 now.
Yes.
12 like weddings, or, because I'm assuming at
Yes,
each.
so it would be 12 weddings or a combination of them both because weddings cost more, but then also events, we have a bar, we own Junior's Bar Lounge, and we have our own liquor license. And so that with just an event kind of offsets the cost of just the lower event cost. So yes, so 12 weddings, but I would assume probably 6 or so weddings and 5 or 6 events. Because we need roughly $5,000 a month to break even.
Do you schedule the catering?
No, our brides do. So we have a preferred vendors list, and we have people from the county apply to be on that. And we provide that with our contract at the time of the tour. And so they have a list of local businesses that do catering, hair, makeup, all you can think about. And we push that, and that was our big thing when we started, is because we wanted to make Randolph County strong. My kids go to school here, they'll live here. So we wanted to really build a community, not just look for us. Because we've looked at places or had thoughts of, oh, maybe we'll start our own DJ service, or oh, maybe we'll do a photo booth, or maybe we'll do our own catering, but we don't want to take business away from somebody else.
I noticed other than the showers that you have, what separates you from the other
Venues?
venues
Our
throughout the?
occupancy. So the corner there in Winchester, I don't know their occupancy, but I think it's probably around 100 people. I would say 75 people comfortably. Occupancy, there's nobody really around in the near 40 minutes that can host a 200+ person event. And so the occupancy and having outdoor and indoor at one space.
One last final financial question. On your expenses, it looks like you have other expenses that was larger in '24 and projected '25 will be considerably less. But then I noticed your loan payments will be higher in '25 than they are in '24. Are you anticipating getting another loan, or what's that increase for?
If there is an increase, it's probably because we were on a construction loan, so we only had to pay interest at so much for so many years, and once that started, then the construction loan would have next year be a full year.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, I'm going to introduce our second judge that we have here this evening. It's Scott Byram. He is a manufacturing engineer at Workhorse. He graduated from Union City, and he has been in Union City for 69 years for his entire life, so he's been a member here of this community. Our next group is getting ready here. We can just take a moment to go ahead. I'll give you the next setup there. We want to, thank you to Indiana Small Business Development Center for working closely with all these contestants by providing and facilitating the workshops that all of these entrepreneurs went through, and for all their support, for Randolph County as a whole, regarding the support of all of our small businesses. So they've been wonderful in support of all of our small businesses here in Randolph County. So next up, as she's passing out a few, looks like good sweet treats there, is Stacy and Taylor's Sweet Treats. So she'll be discussing her business for you.
Thank you.
That poor person gets none.
How many of you have ever gotten like the most beautiful cookie given to you, or you've purchased it and you're so excited to eat it, you think it's going to be the greatest thing ever, bite into it and you're like, what is that? So disappointed. It's so beautiful and it's just not good. My name is Stacy Brown. I'm the co-founder and current owner of Stacy and Taylor's Sweet Treats in Lynn, Indiana. We chose Randolph County to be the place where we would do our bakery. We actually live in Richmond because we noticed there was a very limited availability of fresh, quality, beautiful baked goods that actually tasted good. We are very customer focused. We do a lot of customized, artisanal, personalized items. For example, these cupcakes, and actually you have one in your sample box. These are actually cupcakes, and we did this bouquet for Mother's Day event, and it was actually in a box, and they could gift the box of roses / cupcakes. So we do things like that, and our market is everyone, families, businesses. Everyone has holidays. Everyone celebrates birthdays, anniversaries, office parties, conferences, lunch and learns. The possibilities for where you might need our sweet treats are endless. One of the markets we would like to get into that we haven't touched a lot on is the fundraising market. We would like to do custom decorated cookies with the school's logos, wholesale them to the different organizations, and let them retail them for the profit. We will get there, but we have not yet just because of time. Our sales in 2023, our first full year, we had $93,000. We're on track in 2024 for a 16% increase. We're aiming at $108,000. We do expect this increase to extend into 2025 and beyond. The increased demand that we're experiencing has caused quite a challenge in our kitchen. We're simply out of space. Oftentimes, cakes aren't decorated and out because there's no space for me to decorate them while everyone else is making everything. We do need additional equipment. We would like a commercial double oven, a larger mixer, and additional refrigeration space. Tonight, I'm asking to be awarded all 3 possible awards for a total of $9,000. And with that award, Stacy and Taylor's Sweet Treats will be fast-tracked on the kitchen expansion. This will allow us to buy the additional equipment and have more space for decorating. I ask that you choose Stacy and Taylor's Sweet Treats to be awarded these funds that allow us to grow. Okay, I'm out of time, but I thank you. If you guys have any questions? I really only had one more sentence, but we're good. We're good.
I have a question.
Yes.
Have you seen an uptick in your revenue since you've added like the lunch specials and things that you have?
Yes, the lunches are huge, and with 3 minutes, it was so hard to pick and choose. But yeah, we offer lunches. Every day we have something that is a special, and we try to make those specials something that in our area, there's no other choice. So we try to do it as something that could also be a dinner for someone. There's a lot of older people in the community, and it's just kind of nice for them. Like tomorrow we'll have, Fridays are usually like more of a meal, so tomorrow we'll have meatloaf. But yeah, the lunches have helped us a lot. Thank you.
So I'm not very familiar with food service type of businesses. One of the things that I noticed on your projections were your profit margins are extremely low. Is that due to kind of getting your feet underneath you, understanding what works, what doesn't? Or do you see an opportunity where, hey, I'm doing something that's different than everybody else, I need to raise my price?
Some of, actually, and I learned this through this experience, the baking industry's profit margin is 3%. Last year on our taxes, we had a 6%. So actually, we are above average. We are currently looking at cost measures, really diving into, this is how much our lunch costs, this is how much baked goods cost, this is how much cakes cost, that kind of thing, so that we can see where we can be more efficient.
Okay, the 3% is industry-wide, so.
That's
Not-
like
not-
a bakery in general.
That's Richmond Baking compared to you guys.
I don't
for
believe
example.
it's Richmond
I mean,
Baking.
company that size, I mean.
I believe it's more of a smaller bakery size. I don't necessarily think like Richmond Baking that does large commercial production. Honestly, I need to find out for sure. I don't believe that's included there though.
Other than your storefront, how do you promote your business?
Currently, we promote everything through word of mouth, and we have had so many people, they're like, I got your cupcake, your cookie, or whatever at so-and-so's birthday party, and then they're showing up at our store. So word of mouth is huge for us right now. We constantly post on Facebook. We are very limited in what we can push as far as marketing, because in my mind, it's not great to push that you can do this if you can't deliver it. So we need more space so we can do more marketing and get more business in there. Yes, sir.
And how fast can you turn around? Like if I place an order today for 2,000 cupcakes?
Usually we can do, we are Wednesday through Saturday open. So usually for something like that, we can do, 24 hours turnaround, unless our calendar's already full. And then at this point, without the additional space, we may have to say, I'm sorry, we can't do that. I hate to do that, but it has happened with our space crunch. Yes, sir.
As an example, let's say you've got these nice little desserts in here. What is your cost and a profit margin on one of these items?
A cost and profit margin. The campfire bar is probably the portion I gave you. I know it's less than 50 cents for that. And that particular piece I would sell for $3.
Okay.
The sugar cookie is we would sell a logoed sugar cookie for $3.50, and it probably max is 70 cents. And I know cupcakes are about 50 cents. That one's probably a little bit more because it has the fancier cupcake liner. So maybe 60 cents on that, and we would sell it for $2.50.
So based on that analogy, it appears that your profit margin is pretty good on these items. So my question would be, if your profit margin is only that 6 or 7%, is there something that's pulling down your profit margin on other things you're carrying if you're making a good profit on these smaller items?
A lot of expense is incurred in the ingredients, just in general, because we buy it in bulk. So we do have a lot of cost each week in ingredients. But those particular items are very high return. I'm not sure if I got your question. I mean, if I answered it right,
It's
or
okay.
answered what you
I'm
needed.
just thinking, based on Tom's question of your profit margin, and based on what you said, your profit margin appears to be pretty good on
Yeah.
these type of items. But if your total profit margin is only 6 or 7%, it appears that potentially you might have what I call loss leaders or whatever that
Oh, I
you're
gotcha.
using just to pull people in the door or whatever, just to get
Gotcha.
sales. And my question is, have you been able to identify those?
Okay, currently, we do have those types of things in our cases, and we do promote them on Facebook, get the people in there. And then there are other things. Our cake cups, for example, are maybe 75 cents to 80 cents a piece, and they sell for $5 to $6. A lot of our expenses are, the overhead, the rent, the building, the electricity. And for us, a lot of our numbers, we put everything back in. We are currently debt-free, and we have put everything back into it. So what you're seeing is that we put it all back in. And regardless of whether we win or not, we will do this project. It will just make it a lot faster if we're able to win this.
What's your dollar figure on inventory you sit on to run your business?
Inventory,
Yeah. Ballpark figure, what's
right, you just like any given week?
for when your average, as you're running your business, what do you run your inventory at?
See, we shop weekly, so our inventory is probably $600 to $700.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and introduce our next judge on the panel here that we have here this evening with us. If I can find it. Okay, so our next judge is Tom Overlease. He is a vice president / ag and business banking relationship manager for Old National Bank in Winchester. He provides his clients with advice on all financial aspects of their business as well as financing their business needs. Outside of work, Tom volunteers his time throughout the community. He is a previous board member for the Randolph County YMCA, current board member for the Winchester Main Street, and has also been an assistant coach for the Winchester Lady Falcons softball program. Tom is a native of Randolph County, and he and his entire family reside in Winchester. As we're getting everything set up here, we want to take a quick second to thank Jamie and Kathy Meadows. They are the wonderful behind-the-scenes crew who is tallying all of our scoring sheets and voting papers. So if we could give them a quick round of applause for them doing all that for us, we really appreciate it. Now, next up on our list, we have Fizzy Wuzzles. So I'm going to hand the floor over to her.
Hello, I want to thank you all for coming tonight. I have a quick question. How many of you all have pets? Great. That means you are a potential customer of Fizzy Wuzzles. Okay? We love to get treats for our pets, but we hate getting the unhealthy treats for our pets. You can go to a drive-thru and get a quick pup cup, but you're going to get 4 teaspoons of sugar. Our pup cuts range in half teaspoon to a teaspoon, and it's natural sugar. We are offering fresh treats with fresh ingredients, a fun, unique way to enjoy them. We're gonna have many options going forward. We have a lot of different flavors, and we have a lot of different things we wanna do going forward. In the state of Indiana, 69% of households have pets. There are 25,000 people in Randolph County, and over 6,000 have pets. That's a very large market, and we are not in that niche at all. Whoops. We want to treat our pets more like family because we want them to be with us as long as possible, and we are committed to bringing you healthy treats for your companions. Our quality control makes sure we do so. We are a husband and wife team that makes delicious snacks and that are healthy for your fur babies. We are tired of finding treats with extras in them, so we took action. We are asking for the $7,500 because we need to complete our permits and licenses, and we want to upgrade our production equipment. We are needing marketing materials, and we are needing startup materials. We are here, and we want to help our fur babies have a better, healthier life. Thank you for your time and your consideration.
Where are you marketing your product now?
Right now, we do everything on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, and I have a lot of friends that are asking for the product for their fur babies. They're all right now in Winchester is a lot of where our base is, but I do have some family and friends that are outside of our market, as far as Illinois and Pennsylvania, that are asking me to send them what I make.
So you have a real problem with me because my dad was a vet, so I have some questions about how do you formulate your recipes to ensure that they are healthy? Do you work with a nutritionist?
I talk to the vets a lot,
Okay.
Trying to make sure to give the animals the best things that are available for them. It's not so much formulary for me as it is I make up recipes with the ingredients that the vets tell me are okay for the pets.
And then the second question I had was, you've got a list here of the items that you need, including permits and licensing, marketing materials, equipment. You know, obviously, there's other businesses here competing for the same dollars.
Absolutely.
You know, hypothetically, if you are awarded lesser than the $7,500,
We are still moving forward.
still be able to move forward financially?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're just trying to get going.
What is the average sales price of your product?
The average sales price we have is anywhere from $1.50 to $4, depending on the ingredients we put in it. Because we have a regular cup, and then we have, I call them buff cups, because they add the omegas, and they add fish, and they add proteins, extras for them that help their joints, and everything else.
I have a question. How many pet treats come in a container to a bag?
Right now, we're doing them singly, but I'm hoping to offer them like in 6-packs and dozens and stuff like that going down the road.
And I don't know if I missed this, but how much are these pet treats?
The average is $1.50, and they go up from there depending on what version it is. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
The next judge that I want to introduce that's here this evening is Doug Lloyd. He is a lifelong resident of Jay County. His 40-year career working in the financial industry, with the last 4 years at Crossroads Financial Federal Credit Union as their business development officer. Community involvements include president of Youth Service Bureau, treasurer of Green Park Cemetery Association, and past president and current board member of Jay County Development Corporation. Married to his wife Kim for 39 years, they have 3 children and 7 grandchildren. In addition to his career in the financial industry, he, along with his family, own and operate Loyal Real Estate and Auction. Outside hobbies include attending events that his grandchildren are participating in, attending sports events to include the Indianapolis Colts and Butler Bulldogs men's basketball games, along with traveling. So we want to welcome him to our members of the judges. And it looks like we are ready, so I'm going to go ahead and hand things over to our next entrepreneur, which is Grand's Kitchen.
Andy.
Aw, it's been a long time since you've been in Grant's kitchen. You look hungry. Have something to eat.
I think we all have fond memories of sitting in our grandmother's kitchens around the table having something to eat. So I'm here to tell you about Grant's Kitchen tonight. Grant's Kitchen is a small restaurant bakery located in Winchester, Indiana. We serve lunch and baked goods on a daily basis. And our goal is to create a experience so that people can remember and have fond memories of their time in Grant's Kitchen. When my husband and I moved to Winchester 2 years ago, we realized it was going to be a great opportunity for me to move from being a home baker, which I've done for about 10 years, into having a brick and mortar restaurant where people could actually come and enjoy our food. And we realized that in Winchester, there are some issues with the lunch options. There's not very many, and it can get really boring to eat the same thing over and over and over again. There's some amazing lunch options, but there's not a lot of fresh and healthy foods. And I'm good for a burger and a milkshake, but I can't always eat that every day. There's also nowhere to go into a store and get a cake custom decorated, even to just have a name written on it that says Happy Birthday Sue. And so we realized that there were some opportunities there. Grant's Kitchen offers a wide variety of fresh and healthy foods. We have a rotating menu, so it never gets boring. We also do custom treats and lunch catering. Since opening in April, we have had some amazing customer feedback. We have a lot of really loyal customers that come back over and over and over again. And since we've opened, it's been just under 6 months, and we've had a revenue of $63,000, which actually puts us right on target for my first year's goal, which was $125,000. So I actually have upped that goal because, you know, when you're ready to meet it, you might as well up it, right? And so you might be thinking, if things are going that great, why are you even here? But we know that there's always room for growth. So we would like to grow that, we would like to increase that, and we have some ways of doing that. Grant's Kitchen has a few problems. One of the problems is parking. There's not much parking in downtown Winchester, and so we're working on that, looking at some like curbside options and things like that. But what we really want to do is deliver, and that's where you come in. What we would like is a golf cart. And so that's what we're here tonight pitching, is we would like you to select us as the first prize so that we can go and get a golf cart where we can do local delivery. It would be a small radius, but we would be able to serve a lot of residents and a lot of businesses in Winchester, with the idea that we would hopefully be able to expand that eventually to a wider range that would require more than a golf cart, but that might be a few years down the road. A lot of people have short lunch hours. Or parking is an issue, so they can't leave to go somewhere for lunch. And so if we can bring lunch to them, then that would be an amazing opportunity both for us and for the community. It would also allow us to increase, right now we have 6 employees, and it would allow us to increase that by possibly 1 or 2, maybe even 3, depending on how much revenue and how much, how many people order each day. So thank you so much for your time.
Based on your sales so far this year, what is your expected net profit for the year?
That is a really great question. We are not expected to profit a ton this year. It will probably be in the $6,000 to $8,000 range. As a new business, especially a restaurant, labor costs are high with training new employees and everybody kind of figuring things out, and also buying new equipment. My husband and I purchased almost all of the equipment for my restaurant used. And so there's going to be maintenance and repairs and things like that. But the goal is after year 3 or by year 3 for that number to increase quite a bit.
How many people you set in the restaurant?
We have seating for 30.
30.
Yeah, we're also looking at potential outdoor seating, an outdoor seating area for next spring.
You may have said that, but where are you located uptown?
We are in the old Randolph Hotel right on South Meridian Street.
Okay.
What used to be the Courtesy Cafe.
I was just gonna say, yep, what used to be the Courtesy. Everybody comes in and wants their chicken and dumplings and creamed peas.
Do you offer that?
No, that's what the Courtesy used to offer. We might do chicken and dumplings through the winter. I'm looking at doing some heartier options.
I think it's a novel approach with a golf cart. But what are your thought process for the winter months when it's not conducive to using a golf cart for delivery?
Oh, it's conducive. I grew up in Michigan. Snow doesn't scare me. I mean, that's the reality of it. If the snow is that bad, chances are most of the downtown businesses are going to be closed anyway. But our radius is actually going to just be from North Street to South Street and East Street to West Street. So it'll be a fairly short distance. So we will bundle up and we'll have coolers that'll insulate the hot soups so that they're still hot when they arrive. Yes.
For your advertisement, how are you getting Van's Kitchen out to the public?
That's an awesome question. I do have some flyers around town. I have an amazing Facebook following. The week I opened, I actually went from about 350 followers to over 1,000. I'm now at 1,400 Facebook followers. And word of mouth is really amazing. We have just started talking about also getting the radio, getting an ad on the radio because I know that there are more people. But I also want to throw in there that if we do end up with the golf cart, we are going to have that branded. We're going to have signage that's really easy to read so that when people see that hopefully bright purple golf cart driving around town with Grand's Kitchen on it, they're going to go, what is that? And they're going to try to figure that out too. So it'll be a great marketing tool.
What's the price on?
Go ahead.
What's the price on your daily lunches, your specials?
Our lunches range from about $9 to about $14.
Do you offer Happy Meals?
We have kids meals. Yep, and those are $5 or $5.50.
So I'm the guy that always asks a bunch of questions. One of the things you put on your presentation was you're working with the city
Yes.
for special parking. How's that coming along?
That's a great question. We have not made much progress. I've been working with the mayor, and he is talking. He has actually had already started the process of talking to, I believe, the commissioners about turning some parking into 2-hour parking. And I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I was supposed to. That we're also looking at a curbside pickup option in case we don't get that 2-hour parking. So one thing we have learned is that if it's rainy, people don't come to Grand's Kitchen because they have to park a ways away and then walk.
Okay. And then one of the challenges you mentioned was labor, hiring people, training them. By adding a delivery service, that's probably going to be another full-time person that is going to have to make deliveries. How does that eat into your profit margin as far as?
Well, ideally, we would like to get to the point where the number of orders that we're getting is going to pay for that employee plus, obviously increase the revenue. But it's very likely that the original delivery person is going to be my husband. And I don't pay him much.
He works cheap then.
He works really cheap.
And then have you considered, if you get this golf cart and add a delivery service, what that's going to do to, like, for example, your insurance cost?
Yes. And that's honestly why I keep pointing up there, the picture's not there anymore. That's why I wanted to start with a golf cart, because the insurance costs are actually going to be much lower than if I had a vehicle.
Okay.
And you had a question.
So aside from the delivery service, what are your more long-term plans for Grand's Kitchen?
I have a lot of ideas, and I don't want to jump into too many new things. Right now, we're open 3 hours a day. We are getting ready to expand that and offer to be open later in the afternoon. And the later afternoon hours are only going to be for what we call grab and go. We have a cooler right now that has like pints of soup and quarts of soup, and some of our salads, like chicken salads and pasta salads and things like that. And we also have a dessert case that's usually pretty well stocked. And so the afternoon hours would be where somebody could come in and get that kind of thing. I'm also looking at potentially doing some like take and bake options. And another long term, hopefully that I'll have going within the next 6 months or so, is to be able to use the space to offer classes, like cake decorating and cookie decorating classes, and to use it for events, like people can have birthday parties and baby showers and things like that in the space, because it's a really cute space.
I have
Yeah.
one last one. So do you guys have a website?
We do.
Okay.
Yep, it's grandskitchenin.com, or Grand's Kitchen, Indiana. Yes, and that's actually where we do our online ordering. We have online ordering available. There's a link on our website and our Facebook.
Last question I have for you.
Yeah.
What hours are you again?
Right now, we're open 11 to 2, Tuesday through Friday. This Saturday is going to be our first Saturday open. We were open every other Saturday for farmers market season, and we decided to go ahead and make the switch. We were Monday through Friday. We're switching to Tuesday through Saturday, and we're going to expand those hours also.
Can I ask one more thing?
Absolutely.
Have you seen more, since you've opened, have you seen more growth in the sales of like your meals or your baked goods and that?
I would say in the last month, we've had more growth in the baked goods. The lunch sales have declined actually just a little bit since school started, and the last 2 weeks have picked back up a lot. So I think as people have kind of gotten back into their routines, really since Labor Day, it seems like they've gotten back into the routine of, school and work and all the things that, once school starts, it's a little hectic and chaotic. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, Erin. Thank you.
Thank you. No problem.
Here's a napkin.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fresh baked today.
Thank you.
Here's a 14 napkin for you.
Okay, while they're getting set up here, I'm going to go ahead and introduce our last judge we have here with us this evening is Randy Weitzel. Randy is a Randolph County native that was raised in Winchester and has lived in rural Lynn with her husband Brad for 28 years. They have 2 children, Cameron and Cannon, who also live in Randolph County. Randy obtained a bachelor's degree in nursing from the University of Evansville in 1996. She has worked as an RN at Reed Health in Richmond for 26 years. Starting out in the post-anesthesia care unit, she transitioned to occupational medicine after 9 years. She took on a leadership role in that department in 2010 and is now Reed's Director of Occupational Medicine, Employee Wellness. And it looks like they are ready, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over here to our last group, which is Hometown Coffee.
Good evening, Hometown family, and welcome to tonight's event. We are Jamie and Mariel Tapia, proud owners of Hometown Coffee here in Union City, Indiana. Our passion is serving the finest beverages in all of Randolph County, crafted with our exclusive homemade syrups and proprietary coffee blend, available only at your local coffee shop. We also offer a variety of pastries for a delicious experience.
So in this fast-paced world, coffee lovers often choose mediocre convenience over quality. But what if you could have both premium coffee and effortless accessibility delivered right to your doorstep?
Introducing Hometown on Wheels, bringing our exceptional coffee directly to you. We're excited to be part of your school events, business meetings, and family gatherings. After all, nothing brings family together more than a perfect cup of coffee.
Union City has hosted over 11 local events this summer alone, so presenting numerous untapped opportunities for our business. At Hometown Coffee, we recognize the potential these events hold and are eager to bring our unique coffee experience to the community. So expanding our reach to serve coffee lovers presents an exciting opportunity for growth.
While we currently operate a brick and mortar location where customers can enjoy our services, we're excited to expand our offerings with 2 new experience options. The first one is public events. We'll set up at various venues, allowing individuals to pay for personalized coffee experiences. And private events. Clients can book us for a set price, providing their guests with customized beverage options for the duration of the event. We will offer flexibility in menu selection, tailoring our services to meet the specific needs of each occasion.
To turn our dream into reality, Hometown Coffee requires a total investment of $12,000. If we are fortunate enough to win this competition, we would allocate the funds to purchase the following essential equipment. So a high-quality espresso machine, professional-grade coffee grinder, commercial refrigeration unit, water filtration system, and an ice machine.
This strategic move not only benefits our business by increasing our earnings potential about 25%, but also contributes to the local economy. As we draw more visitors to our town, we anticipate a positive ripple effect on other local businesses, essentially creating more job opportunities for our community.
So help us make your gatherings even more enjoyable by supporting our mobile coffee initiative. So choose Hometown Coffee on Wheels, where quality meets convenience right at your doorstep. Thank you.
So with extra capital, is what you're needing is equipment? Is there other
Yes.
things you need?
It would just be the equipment. We will
carts?
make a coffee cart, and I'll build that myself. I have experience with working, and so we can be.
So carts and equipment is your
Yes.
Yes.
focus of the.
The bigger
work effort.
equipment, the more essential things that we would need. So, for example, today we have a variety of drinks that we offer. We do offer more than just coffee because we understand that there are people and kids, at events that aren't coffee lovers, and even adults that aren't coffee lovers. So we do offer a variety of drinks. But as you can see today, we are limited to cold drinks, mainly because we don't have our espresso machine that we could, pull a shot with.
So with the carts, how much more efficient will that make you?
Yeah, the setup would be very quick. Everything will be in its place already, so that'll stay on the cart. And then as far as efficiency, it'll run as we do inside the actual coffee shop, where they pour out multiple drinks within minutes, the same as it would be in the cart.
So another thing that we would have at the cart, in the cart, our pastries will already be packaged. Something that's a little bit different with our brick and mortar, we, will pull your item when you're asking for it, and we box it right then and there. So we're able to knock out things a little bit quicker when it's just. We also serve sandwiches, so we're able to knock out things a little bit quicker when all we have to do is throw some drinks out and already have our packaged pastries.
So you'd see return of dividends quickly?
Yes.
Yes, in the 3 minutes that we did, there was, six drinks made, 5 to 6 drinks made in less than 3 minutes. So the turn on that is very quick for the drinks. And those are flavored, so we make the syrups in-house ourselves as well, which are those bottles there. But we have all kinds of flavors which we could provide in the cart. So it'll all be just like in the store. But the convenience of it can be at football games, school events, clinics, or if they want us to be in their parking lot for lunchtime, or it would open opportunities for that.
This is why we chose to start off with a coffee cart. Essentially, we want to grow into being able to have our coffee truck. But the convenience of having a coffee cart will allow us to be either inside a venue or outside of a venue, which can kind of get us going quicker. So that'll be like a stepping stone for us in being able to continue growing and eventually.
And we mentioned the private events, so it could be in someone's backyard or in a school gym. It doesn't matter where it'll be, it'll fit.
What type of labor cost do you have involved in operating your business?
Are you looking for specific numbers?
Oh, yeah.
It's about 2,500 to 3 biweekly. We currently have 5 employees, and we're getting a sixth one because we're growing. At the beginning, we do plan on operating the cart ourselves, which will help with the labor portion of it. But we do have ladies that are eager to go out there and do the same thing. The wonderful thing about our business right now is that we do close at 2:00 p.m. 3 days out of the week. So we would be ready to go out and, do events that are usually take place later on in the day. But also, we really do run a store with 2 to 3 employees daily. So
We're already staffed pretty much to run a cart
Yes.
simultaneously with the brick and mortar as well.
So we have 2 other employees who would be able to go out during our operating hours if they needed to be able to do that.
So is drinks your only product offering?
We are going to start a online website here soon for merchandise. So it'll be anything from home decor to our,
Shirts.
clothing, to actual coffee beans and coffee grinds, depending on what you
Yeah,
would
one
like.
of the things that we take very much pride in is having our own blend, hometown coffee, which a lot of people do go into our store to purchase. So we think
It was
that,
made specifically for hometown.
yeah, so we really think that that's another opportunity that we are really eager to also get on, being able to do sales like that. We've had a lot of clients that have come in and said, hey, if you were to sell these syrups, I would buy them. Because they're homemade, they really do offer a different taste than what you would get at your bigger chain companies. And we firmly believe in taking any opportunity we can. So that's what we're trying to do. We're just eager to grow.
Do you have a breakdown potentially of your current sales from baked goods to the drink products of what your percentages of sales?
I would say, I just looked at this a couple of days ago. Our drinks, I think, if I remember correctly, our drinks take about 80% of our sales. Our sandwiches and our pastries take the remaining amount. But we have seen an increase also in our sales with sandwiches because we did add a new menu to our already existing menus. So.
Perfect. And to follow up to that, based on that percentage, is your markup much better on your drinks than your food items?
It depends on what food item it is. We did just bring out a new breakfast menu, which is priced a little higher than our other regular sandwiches. But I think that the price that we have currently set on our drinks, people have been comfortably paying, and I don't think we're lowballing either. So I believe that we get a pretty.
What kind of price range are we looking at?
So it depends on what type of drink that you're getting. So a normal just latte with no flavoring, you're looking at about $4 or $5 for the smaller sizes. If you're talking about specialty cold brews or lattes, you're looking at about $7, $8, even $9, depending on how many flavors you're adding into it or what kind of.
I'm not a big coffee drinker, but how's that compare with your competition?
Well, again, I think our homemade syrups really do set us apart from the main competition, from competition around us. But I'm sorry, I lost track of it.
It would be probably $1 less. Usually what we're selling $1 to $1.50 less than our competition. But we do push the unique.
Who is your competition?
Locally. Around locally.
North Block would be one of them.
But there is still a good distance between us and them as far as geographic goes. But
Breezy Dips is in Portland.
Yeah, it's still,
then we have, I can't remember, do you remember the name? Tall Timber in Muncie. Do you remember the name for the one in Ohio?
So specifically here locally, there isn't really that much, and unless you want to count McDonald's.
It's McDonald's.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Okay.
But yeah, locally here, yeah. We,
So then you have your brick and mortar, and this is your plan. While Union City has their 11 events, what are your plans and how do you plan on networking? I assume you want to expand outside of the Union City area with this. what are your plans on how you're going to network and gain those types of events?
So working a lot with the community gives us a lot of insight as to where events will be. So we have family in Anderson and just many different places near that we can access. Then the portability of the entire cart to be able to move it anywhere, indoors and out, is really going to make a huge difference in what we can participate in. We are also growing a lot on social media or TikToks, things like that. So we're spreading a lot of hometown out there, a lot of fun videos, things like that we want to include any community we go to, make something, content there as well, surrounding the coffee cart experience.
We, I think our TikTok is more for the younger audience that like to have, little giggles and stuff like that. But one thing that we have loved doing is trying to include people, our regulars, customers that, frequent the shop, but also like our mayor was on one of those videos, and I think that really makes an impact to other people other coffee shops even. We had a coffee shop who actually commented on that and tagged their mayor and talked about, doing something similar like that.
We could do that in here, we can definitely do that with the cart anywhere else.
And we definitely believe in taking advantage of any free resources or any free, so like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, anything that we can, obviously not spreading ourselves way too thin, but really seeing where and who engages with what and just taking advantage of that and trying to keep up with that. So.
All right, thank you very much. We're getting ready to take a quick intermission, but before we do so, we're going to let them go ahead and move the cart if you guys don't mind. That way we don't all kind of get in the way of that. But during the time that you have your intermission, we encourage you to go out and check out all of the entrepreneurs' tables and some of their items. There's some samples, some things like that to check out there. Also, you'll see on your program, and then also we'll have it displayed up here as a QR code for members of the audience to scan that. And then you can vote for your favorite for the audience choice. There is one vote per person, so it will only allow you to do that once. But we encourage you to do that and to go out and check out the items out in the other areas. So if you bear with us while we move the cart, then we'll let you guys out, okay? Thank you.
I think you're good. Actually, I think your chair is good.
Thank you.
You saved them?
No, I have holders for another.
Okay.
could take their seats, please.
So we already had a connection.
He's still a Kentucky fan.
Of course, yes. That's not gonna change.
No.
He's not gonna change that at all.
I guess I took it
I saw what, heard your Butler?
We will see Butler play basketball.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and take this time now to go ahead and introduce you to our student judges here that we have with us this evening. So first we have Zyler Ogden. He's a sophomore at Union High School, and he hopes to become an anesthesiologist one day. We have Whitley Martin from Monroe Central. She is a senior at Monroe Central High School and plans to attend IU Indianapolis and focus on studying business management and finance. We have Campbell Kearns from Union City. She is a junior at Union City High School, and she plans to attend college and is at this point thinking about Taylor University and hopes to major in Christian ministries. And our last and final judge we have here this evening is Emily Cockrell. She's from Winchester Community High School. She's a senior there, and her future plans are to attend college and focus her studies on architecture and pharmacy. So if we can give those kids a round of applause. Now, we want to take a second here to, this is our second year for the pitch competition, and last year our winner was from Salt Creek Floral. Her name is Abigail Bosler, and we have asked her to come up and just say a few words here about her experiences and what she went through. So I'd like to introduce Abigail.
Hello, everybody. I thank you for having me. I'm just so glad to be back and witness everyone pitching tonight. So to give you a recap, my name is Abigail Alka Bolser, and I'm the florist and owner of Salt Creek Floral Designs. So at this time last year, I was roughly 5 months into operating my business full time. I worked out of my family's farm shop, and I was navigating adulthood and my small business as a newlywed and a fresh college graduate. Through the pitch competition, I was awarded $9,000 to take my business to the next level. With the money, I purchased 2 floral coolers, an industrial sink, numerous storage cabinets, 2 delivery systems, storage and floral tools, and more. Fast forward to a year later, I am now working out of a storefront location in downtown Winchester. Located right off of the square on Franklin Street, I share the store with the building's owner, Nikki Knoll, who owns Crafty Bees and Fairy Tale Events. At the store, we offer fresh and faux grab-and-go arrangements, plants, Disney princess dresses, children's clothing, floral subscriptions, and more. Attached to the store, we have a wedding room, which offers a wedding floral consultation space, a selection of flower girl dresses, and a fitting room. Additionally, we offer a 2,600 square feet event space for rent. This past year has been a whirlwind of success and not mistakes, but what I count as lessons learned. I am constantly learning and evolving my business to best serve the needs of my customers. I'm proud to say that I have flowered 17 weddings, 10 funerals, and so many events I've lost count. In closing, I would like to address 3 groups tonight. First, the participants. The life of an entrepreneur is often glamorized and underappreciated, and I just applaud you in your bravery in being here tonight. I want you to know that I see you and I support you, and I'd love to connect with you if you ever need a small business friend. To the friends and family of the participants, never underestimate the role that you play, and don't forget to tell your entrepreneur how proud you are of them. My parents tell me every single day. To RCU and this community, I thank you. Thank you for believing in me and choosing me. Thank you for propelling me so much further than I could have done by myself in such a short amount of time. Thank you for your continued support. I look forward to bringing your floral visions to life for many years to come.
Thank you, Abigail. So now we're going to go ahead and we are going to ask all of the businesses that pitched this evening to come up to the stage. So please come on out, guys. Just go ahead and start lining up over here as far as you can go that way. There's nobody trip on that cord. That is. Sorry.
It's just a different back. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the lights are so much brighter right now, aren't they?
Okay, so our scores have been tallied and the results are in. So we're gonna start with the student judges score sheets and for the $500 prize. And tonight, the student judge winner for $500 is Willow's Edge. Yep. And Scott right there with our paper, he's gonna get some photos and she's got them back there. Okay, very good. We have to take this back, I'm so sorry.
You cannot take that to the bank.
Okay, so then the second prize we're awarding tonight is for the audience choice. So thank you for all those that voted with the QR code. And I know we had some hiccups and took some just paper ones as well. But the $1,000 winner of the audience choice prize is Hometown Coffee. You guys want to come up here?
Congratulations.
Writing the checks, it takes just a second.
Your check's in the mail.
Okay, so then next up we have the third prize, and I just forgot the amount. And it's $2,000, right? Yep. Okay, it's $2,000, and the winner tonight for our third prize is Grand's Kitchen. Okay.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay. And second place is for the $4,000. Sorry, I have to look at my notes. $4,000, and tonight the winner of second place is Hometown Coffee. Very good. The suspense, right? Okay. And then our final prize tonight, the first place prize of $7,500, goes to Willow's Edge. Okay, great. So that concludes our program for tonight. I just want to thank everyone for coming out. And again, we thank EDP Renewables for their support of this program and being able to provide this, help us do this for our county. And I just encourage you, these small businesses, they make up our community, and we have a lot of options, but I love seeing them, how they've come out these last 7 weeks and worked on their businesses. And they're not just in it for themselves, for their businesses, but they really are community-minded people. So I encourage you, even if they did not win tonight, you know, they have information out there to where you hopefully can take that and use them as a local, someone, member, a vendor, or anything event that you have going on. So I just encourage you to go out and support small business because they are part of our community. And I appreciate you all coming. Have a good night.